Hello everyone, welcome back. Kevin with Survivalist Boards. Well guys and gals, I am out here scouting for a camping hunting trip. Some of y'all may be wondering where I'm at. This is some public hunting lands, like way off deep in the Angelina Forest. But anyway, what I'm doing is I'm back in here looking. Whenever I went fishing up in this area back in May, June, July of 2018, I made some mental notes of places that I would like to go, like a stealth camping or and hunting. Here we are after Thanksgiving, ready to navigate. I'm gonna let that sit for a little while. It's my old Garmin eTrex. We're out here under the skies of doing some nature photography and fishing. So anyway, some of y'all may be wondering, well, Kevin, can you be out here? Like, yeah, guys, I've got my public hunting lands permit, so yes, I can be out here, and all of this is public hunting lands. While I'm looking for a place to hunt, it had to have three things. So one condition the land had to have is it had to be a couple of feet above the flood plain. And that's what we've got here. Nice. The next thing it needed to be was nice and flat for a tent. So I'm thinking about putting my tent right here. Next thing it needed to have was old growth timber for firewood. And I do not want to be chopping firewood. I'm going to be back up here stealth camping. So I don't want to be chopping firewood, let people know where I'm at. And I am way, way deep and off in the Angelina Forest where hardly anybody ever goes. I've been fishing this area for, 10 years or so, on and off for 10 years. And very rarely do I see anybody this deep into the forest. It's only accessible by boat. If you tried to hike in here, you would be hiking for miles and miles and miles. Second thing it needed to have was old growth timber back away from the water. See, we've got water over there when we're doing some fishing. Then we needed the old growth timber. You're gonna say, well, Kevin, why'd you need old growth timber for? Well, guys, that's to put up a tree stand and also for deer. What we're doing is we're walking through here. Next thing it had to have, is signs of wildlife. See, some of these areas are islands. They're cut off from the main land by these sloughs. There's not gonna be very much wildlife on here. Oh, wow, it's muscadine vine. Outstanding muscadine. Also known as possum grapes. All right, so another thing is we do not want a overabundance of acorns on the ground. And you're probably saying, Kevin, why don't you want an overabundance of acorns on the ground? That means nothing's eating them. Another place I stopped at, I don't know, a quarter mile or so that away, acorns everywhere. And it means nothing's eating them. Then wild pigs will get in here and we'll just clear out the area. See, you can tell where something's been in here rooting around. It means chances are there's been wild pigs in here. See how the ground's been pushed up? A hole right there, pushed up. See that line right there? It comes around, means probably a wild pig got in here and was rooting up, pushing that stuff up. That's what we're looking for signs of wildlife. Another thing I found over here was something had been digging up underneath there. So this is connected to the main land. Lots of good signs of wildlife here. And we've got old growth timber back up in here. So some of y'all may be wondering, well, Kevin, what's next? I don't know if y'all can hear me over the leaves crunching or not. We've got sweet gum, a lot of sweet gum. Got some oak in here. And anyway, what's next? Next thing is to save this as a waypoint on my GPS. Took some screenshots of the area using Google Earth on my phone. Get back home, look at it on a topo map. And then this is one possible camping spot. Probably my plan is to spend about 3 days out here hunting and fishing. And there are designated areas up in here, but they are not in here. The closest camping site's probably a good mile in a straight line. So why would I want to come up in here? Because this is where the big deer are. I mean, it's those public hunting sites with so many people hunting on them, there's just not going to be very many deer. And I don't see a whole lot of deer sign in here either. Now that's a negative. You know, there's no scrapes, no rubs, but I haven't scouted this area a whole lot either. All right, let's get back to the boat. I'm going to save this as a waypoint on the GPS. Then we're going to check, got a couple of more spots I'm going to check out. But anyway, I will talk to y'all later.